Teddy, thank you. Well, the negotiating committee for the Screen Actors Guild has unanimously recommended a strike as the contract deadline passes with no deal. So what does that mean? Well, the Actors Union will now formally vote on a job action in a couple of hours after more than 5 weeks of negotiations came up with no resolution. SAG-AFTRA represents more than 160,000 performers. Joining us now with a closer look is our film critic, Rad. Okay, so what are the key issues here?
Well, the key issues, I mean, what's interesting is that, this is the first time we got a SAG-AFTRA strike in union with the WGA, right?
With the writers,
with the Writers Guild strike. And so that is, it's the first time since 1960, right? And there's a certain relevance to this because in 1960, what they were striking for was, for the past decade, all of a sudden, a lot of homes got television sets, and all of a sudden, the movies that they were making were being aired, licensed for TV, and the shows were being getting reruns, and they weren't getting paid for that.
Interesting.
And so that strike, they got residuals out of that. That was a strike led by Ronald Reagan. That's how the residual system came. And so we're back
Ronald
now.
Reagan, not the president.
No, the president.
Oh, he was president at the time?
He was the actor at the time.
Oh.
He was an actor. He was the leader of the union.
I know, but I thought,
So yeah, that's what the residual systems came out of that strike. And so once again, it's the same fight. It's the same, we have this disruptive technology, streaming, that over the past over the past decade became so ubiquitous, and it's messed up the residuals game because on streaming you don't count how many times a show has been aired. There's no reruns and stuff. So basically, actors and writers together are fighting for a fair payment, it's just a fair payment residual system, but also AI.
Right. I know we're entering a new phase, aren't we?
Well, it's become like this really sticky issue. It's funny because last time we were talking about the strike with the WGA strike, Anne-Marie mentioned to me about AI. I was like, is that really a threat? And then, you look into it, they just, de-aged Indiana Jones, they're just, they're bringing Christopher Reeve back from the dead in The Flash, and all of a sudden you're realizing they're using AI to bring back actors, and now actors are really feeling the threat that their likeness can be used without them benefiting from it. And they're basically using all the content they're giving Hollywood, that's just material, that's a library for AI to then recreate their likeness.
Writers are on strike. The actors are going to go on strike. How does this affect our favorite TV shows?
Well, so most TV shows are already shut down. Right? Most TV shows and productions, they've been shut down because of the writer's strike. With the actors now on strike, the few remaining shows that were still in production because their scripts were already completed, they're going to shut down too. So think about the Gladiator sequel, the Mortal Kombat movie. Here in Toronto, productions like Ginny and Georgia and the Umbrella Academy, they're going to shut down. So a lot of that, it's not the huge impact is not the production shutdown. I think the huge impact that we're going to start feeling is now actors won't be able to market their movies. So no in-studio guests visiting us to say, hey, let's check out my new movie. All the promotional ends. And what does that mean for TIFF when the Toronto Film
I want to ask you, how is it going to affect us here in Canada?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The Toronto Film Festival, if actors can't promote, and if directors and everyone else start now showing solidarity and we're all going to for this double strike, then that means that when TIFF rolls around, you're not going to have these big flashy red carpet premieres without the actors and the directors, directors. And as we go on in terms of television shows and marketing and promotions, we got the Emmy nominations came out yesterday. Are we going to have an Emmy award show? Probably not.
Oh, interesting.
Right? So, and then in terms of in Canada, in terms of our productions, well, those productions that are shooting here, that means a lot of our crews are out of work now. When Ginny and Georgia and Umbrella Academy, when they shut down, a lot of our crews are out of work. There may be a small benefit to smaller Canadian productions. There may be a small benefit to if they're only if they only have a Canadian talent team, maybe they get picked up by international markets now that there's this gap in this hole to fill. But for the most part, it's a loss of work for everybody. We're going
to see how this plays out. Rad, always good to see you. Thanks
for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.